Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DutchRC channel for another show and tell. Now, you might think that mammoths are extinct, but I actually have a mammoth over here, and yes, in this box. Yes, it is a mammoth. Regrettably, there's a sticker on it, but it is a Mammoth Blitz X1 4-wheel drive 1/8, yes, 1/8 scale brushless desert buggy. So a fairly large car this time, one of the largest I've shown on my channel so far. I got this one from BAJA. I'll have a link in the description, obviously, and do take a moment to have a look at that link, because this car is cheap. Yes, well, the price is low. Cheap might not be the right word in this case. It is an exo cage style of desert buggy, and if you are into RC cars and have been for a while, you know that this car looks a lot like an HPI car. An HPI car I actually have, by the way. I've actually featured it in a recent video. I'll show a short clip right now of that car. Yes, this Mammoth Blitz X1 looks almost exactly the same. The color scheme is a little different, but it is actually parts compatible with the HPI Apache C1. I've actually tried that. I had a spare A-arm from my Apache. Fits 100%. Yeah, so very low price for this car. I'll show them side by side in a minute, by the way, the HPI version and this Mammoth car. Okay, yeah, the box is a little bit dinged up. No trouble at all though, the car was well packaged and it can take a beating. I've actually never broken anything on my HPI C1. Well, no, nothing important. The on-off switch is broken on my HPI car. The on-off switch on this Mammoth is actually better. Some things on this Mammoth are really better than on the HPI version. Not everything. Enough talking with the box in view. Let's get rid of this box. And there it is. There's the car. A very good looking car, I think, which is why I originally bought the HPI version. I really like the looks of that car. And like I said, this car is parts compatible. There are a few little differences between the two cars, and I haven't driven it, so I can't speak for the quality of the components. For instance, if the plastics are really the same quality, I just don't know at this moment, so we'll find out together. Let's see, front to back. It has, this is a heavy car. It has a light bar at the front, which you can actually put LEDs in. Now, if you would do that, it is nice to paint the inside of the light buckets white first. Looks better, looks more realistic. And at the front you also have metal big bore shocks, fully adjustable, and they have 3 positions, I think. You can mount them at the top and 2 at the bottom. You've got plastic, non-adjustable, just like on the HPI, non-adjustable upper links and steering links. Oh, there, this is a heavy car. Yeah, so plastic steering links. The wheels are kind of proprietary to this model. They are a bit like stadium truck tires, maybe? No, short course tires. So the inner bead is larger than the outer bead. However, you can fit any kind of 1/8 scale, for instance, buggy wheel and tire on this car. Plastic exo cage, just like on the HPI, with Lexan body panels on it. You can take those body panels off. You can actually replace them with the HPI versions. Well, it's mostly the difference is mostly the stickering, of course. I'm not sure what to say about the looks of these stickering. So yeah, I like it. The Blitz X1 stickers look a little out of place, mainly because of their color. Let's see, yeah, at the rear, also plastic non-adjustable upper arms and aluminium shocks. In a minute I'll take the shell off, which is very simple. And here is a difference compared to the HPI version. The HPI version has a fake spare wheel and tire, which also led to one problem. If you crash this car upside down, the impact could damage your ESC. The ESC is mounted underneath this spare wheel. With this Mammoth car, it is an actual wheel and tire that you can use, which is also a lot stronger. So it will protect the ESC far better than on the HPI version. On the HPI version I modified that. I have a Kevlar ring in the fake tire, which basically does the same as this real wheel. Okay, let's put the car on its head. At the bottom we see a aluminium bottom plate. And yeah, you also see the plastic A-arms front and back. They work out very well in terms of sliding across bumps and bruises. They don't catch on anything. That's very nice. I should note that this car does need a once over before you drive it. I've actually checked every screw over here. Some stick out a little from the bottom. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame. So these will catch on gravel and rock. That's really a bit of a shame. Not much more I can tell you about this. Yeah, the tires are, by the way, the same thread pattern as on the HPI version. And obviously you need to check the wheel nuts as well. Pretty common stuff. Just go over the entire car one time. And once I've taken off the shell, I'll mention a few other things about that. So let's put it back on its feet. Okay, to take the shell off, you need to take off 5 body clips, 2 at the back over here, 2 on the side over here, 1 on each side of course. And actually on the HPI version I never put these on, but well, that's a personal thing of course. And 1 at the front over here. Okay, and then you can simply lift off the entire shell. There you go. Giving you full access to the inners of this car. A 3670 2650 kV brushless motor. We see a at least splash proof. I think the car should be waterproof, so this receiver box might be waterproof, and a steering servo, steering servo saver over here as well. Pretty typical buggy setup really, right? So, and an adjustable lipo tray. This can be adjusted in length with two Velcro straps. Yeah, actually let's take off the spare wheel as well, so we can have a look at that ESC. Okay, this looks very promising actually. Yeah, the ESC kind of looks like a hobby wing kind of ESC. I don't know if it's really a hobby wing ESC, of course. It is a 100 amp ESC. That seems quite light. I'm not actually even sure what the HPI car has, 120 or 150, so a stronger ESC. We'll just see how this works out. This ESC can run up to 4S, by the way. The specs of the HPI version also say it can run up to 4S. Mine can be run at 6S as well somehow. But well, once again, the specs say it can't. There's an on-off switch which is weatherized, by the way, over here for the ESC. That's much better than on the HPI version. To point out other differences, the HPI version has rubber socks over the shock axles. So these aren't dust proof, the shocks. The car does have camber links, that's nice. One more thing about the inners, like I mentioned before, the car needs a once over, especially on the drive axles running from the center diff to the the diffs. These kind of axles have a grub screw in them somewhere over here, and one at the front axle as well, obviously, and two over here probably somewhere. Take those out and put some thread lock on it, and that's about it. So it's not a junkyard of a car, it just needs a once over, and that's actually true for most RC cars. Even if you spend like $800, you need to give it a once over. So while your batteries are charging, go over the car and check if everything is screwed together right. Shouldn't take you more than half an hour. Okay, I'll put the shell back on and then I'll show you this Mammoth car next to the HPI version. So, yeah, what can I say? HPI Apache C1, Mammoth Blitz X1, completely the same size, and they are both heavy cars. I'd suspect this Blitz X1 to drive approximately the same as well, with the same shortcomings and qualities. Both will do very well on gravel, light jumps. They will never be track racers, though they can be driven fairly well on tracks. It's just not a racing buggy, not at all. It's a scale looking buggy. So yeah, if you're a fan of that and rally kind of conditions, so a smooth gravel, it's a great drifter, for instance. I really like it. They are probably powerful cars. We'll just see if this one fits that bill as well. And oh, one thing I notice at this moment, the HPI version has plastic body shocks, where the Mammoth car has aluminium shocks. So yeah. Oh, and I've actually lost one of the socks on my HPI car. This car is fairly old by now, but once again, at the time I ordered it, I bought several spare parts. I've never used them. So yeah, time will tell if the plastics on this Mammoth car are of the same quality. but this car has been through a lot and terrible crashes. None of the plastic parts have failed so far. And yeah, obviously I'll have running videos with the Mammoth car in the near future, once the weather has cleared a bit. Yes, the weather is terrible over here, which is why you haven't seen a lot of videos from me lately. Yeah, I hope that clears up soon, of course, and then I'll show you some running videos, maybe with the cars running together as well. So yeah, thanks for watching for now, of course. If you have questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll be happy to answer them, and hope to see you back in another video. Bye bye!